I am not scared for November 1st. Here's why I'm not scared. From the time that I've received assistance for money that I put in, because I work, I've always saved. The only time I did not have extra stamps coming in would be if I shared with relatives. That's the only time. But other than that, so I'm not worried, at least for November. Um, I don't shop at certain grocery stores because I know my children like to go through snacks. I limit it, and once they're finished, that's it. Now, what I will do is use my debit card and then buy, but my children know that once they finish certain things, you're just without. So if I bought snacks Sunday and it's finished by Tuesday, guess what you're going to do? You're going to wait till Friday for me to replenish it because I get paid for my job on Fridays. But I'm not worried because in my previous videos I have told people about saving and whatnot. And you see, there's people that like to laugh at me. There are people that, oh, I can't do that. Money is meant to spend. You're right, money is meant to spend. But again, if we were paying attention to the shutdown, we would see that once they didn't come to an agreement within 2 weeks, you should have already been in the mindset that may need to hold on to this food stamps. I may not need to go to BJ's. I may not need to go to Sam's Club because keep in mind when you go to these places, I understand it. If you have, I have a child in the background. My apologies. I understand that if you have a membership, you get deals, you get cash back. I get it. But here's the thing. When we go into BJ's, Sam's Clubs, you're thinking you're getting all these deals and you're buying in bulks. But here's the thing. Let's just say you get, because not everybody on welfare has 4 or 5 children. There's some that got two. So let's just say you have 2 children. You're at least getting $500 a month. You go into BJ's and Sam's Club, that your $500 is gone. Because not everybody gets 800 plus in food stamps. Some people get 300, 500, maybe 550, but that's it. So when you go into Family Dollar General, it might have to be your best friends, and then whatever, and then you could start using your cash to buy meats and fish and vegetables. Because I feel like snacks, that could be for Dollar General and Family Dollar. Because some of those are a dollar and change. And then everything else you'd buy on cash. So there's a way you have to do it. But like Friday, I was walking because I've been without a trash can for the longest. So I saw a white trash can. I opened it, clean, from Manhattan. I took the trash can, I brought it home with me, and I used it. Because my trash cans, my children, when they get ready, they start destroying stuff, or I have to use it for something. So, and plus the trash can I had, it didn't have a cover. So this one that I found has a cover. I could put the bag in, throw the trash, it flips over. So it works. And I have no shame in dumpster diving. I don't have no shame because, again, here's the thing. I know I'm one of those in this economy that will be affected. Although I don't work a federal government job, but because I receive aid, I know I have to move accordingly. So unfortunately, my children ask me for something they cannot get. I would have to hold on to my money tightly. But this is why I preach frugal and spending your money wisely, because now look, people are pissed. They're canceling Thanksgiving. I already told my relatives in Georgia I wasn't visiting. I wasn't visiting Georgia before before the shutdown was even announced, because to me, I feel like my relatives could come visit me, and I'm getting to the point where every time, for some odd reason, when I go to Georgia, I spend more. For some odd reason, I spend more money. So I just did not want to go. Then flights is delayed, and even if I don't take the plane, the bus delays, or we're in traffic. Sometimes the bus would tell you the 16-hour Greyhound or Chinese bus. You would think you would be there within 16 hours. Sometimes you get there in 18 hours. So it's just a lot. Then you have to get up and transfer, rest stops. It's just a lot. Then you have people on the bus that don't like. I just, to eliminate that, I just don't want to be bothered. And my thing is, if I'm paying rent and electricity, I could be in the comfort of my own home and save money than being around people that really don't care about. Because to me, and those that have a close relationship with their family, this don't pertain to you, but there's some of us, we don't. Like for last year, I went to see relatives, which I was not planning, but because I love my great aunt, she was like, can you come to Queens and see the rest of your family? Before I even walked up in the house, I didn't feel comfortable. There's just certain relatives and family that because I didn't have that bond with them as a child, it's kind of awkward when I'm in my in adulthood. My children didn't feel comfortable, so I know this year or for the next couple of years, nobody can invite me to no family outings. You cannot. I don't even think I would go to a funeral unless I was very close with that. That's the mindset I'm at now. Because here's the thing: I prefer my peace. And although I started off with this video talking about SNAP benefits, it goes hand in hand. Because here's the thing: a lot of times holiday time bring up a lot of emotions for certain people. Some people are depressed. Personally, I don't look forward to my birthday. My birthday falls a week and a half before Thanksgiving. Because here's the thing: you're constantly reminded of, there's like a void. Like it's a reminder that, oh my gosh, I'm a single mom with barely any help. Because not all single moms struggle. I have a few people in my corner that if I call or text, they will help my children out. Thank God for my extended family in New Jersey. So I'm a single mom with help. But a lot of times towards the end of the year, it brings up a lot of emotions for people, because people don't know how they're going to make it. They're so set on, they wanted to buy gifts, they want to please this person, finding flights to visit relatives, and it just brings up a lot of unnecessary emotions. And for that, I just rather be at peace. Again, I'm not saying that relatives are not important, but in this day and age, the togetherness, I apologize because I live underneath a daycare. If you don't have a close relationship with your relatives, don't feel obligated to go. Don't feel obligated to spend money that you don't have, or you can't. Just don't do it. And learn to be, if you have children like myself, learn to be in the comfort of your children. Now, because here's the thing: once you spend this money, you don't get it back. And I was watching a video today of a woman saying we should boycott, because why are you spending money on Black Friday sales? If your children have a tablet, a phone, what else could they possibly need for the holiday season? She has a point. My son has an iPhone, a laptop. My daughters have a tablet. One of them have a phone. What else could you be adding to the list? And I already told them that Each of you all will be getting one gift, and we will be going out to assist people that's less than, that don't have much, that have less than us. That's what we will be doing this year, because children need to understand that there are people in this world that don't have anything, and they need to be reminded of that. Instead of you asking, you need to know what it's like to give and serve others. Because remember, I go to church, I believe in God, and as Christians, you're supposed to serve. So that's what I want to implement in my children. You all are asking for the moon, the stars, and I want this for. Mm-mm. They will each be getting one gift, and that's it. I'm not even putting up a tree. I will decorate, but I'm not even putting up a tree, because I don't want to them to think that there's gifts gonna go under the tree. It's not. It's not. When there are people that don't know how they're going to feed their families and they're struggling outside, what are we celebrating? But I can serve. Because here's the thing, what people fail to realize. If you lose your job or you get sick, people that don't know what it's like to struggle are going to have a mental breakdown. So it's best to prepare your children now for what is to come. So let's just say if something happens, they need to know how to go without. And I feel that this year they need to learn to go without gifts, or only get one gift. Now, if people give them gifts, fine. I'm not saying that I'm going to tell people don't give them gifts, but for me, I won't be in anybody's store, and I'm done with Amazon. I will not be ordering from there, because the fact that they're laying off, I believe, and you can write in my under my video or comment, I believe 30,000 or more, they're laying off Amazon workers. So why would I be supporting that business? They already don't treat their workers well, and now you're about to lay them off. So that the ones that you all keep employed are going to have to work harder. And we already know, and not everybody knows this, I just went to an Amazon boycott last week. So now those that are already employed are going to work harder, because guess what's coming up? See, this season, holiday season. So guess what? Holiday time, they want to get the gifts out. People have Prime, so you already know they get their items expedited. But to what cost? So a worker in that factory is straining themselves and overworking themselves to ensure that you get your stuff, items expedited. Yeah, I me personally, I couldn't do it. So yeah, I want to prepare my children. If anything were to occur, they would know what to go without, because they may come a time where you may have to wear those Jordans for 2 years straight, and can't get another sneaker. You may have to wear holes in your underwear. And again, I'm not trying to be funny, but if they can't come to an agreement in that White House, that's that's the reality. Me, I'm not worried, because again, I already budget. So there's really nothing for me to really worry about. Uh, and I don't think FedEx would be laying off people, but if they do, I would be prepared. It has crossed my mind how other people are going to survive, because when people cannot feed their relatives, or and let's just say you don't have children, as a single person, if you're having a tough time making ends meet, I'm thinking crime is going to go up. So that's my main focus, because I take the subway, I take the bus. So, and I've seen people steal pull-ups. I've seen it a few times. So I've seen people steal because they don't have the funds to provide for their children. So I've seen it. And even those that don't have any children, they need something to eat, they're going to steal. So my main concern is crime going up. Because when crime goes up, it's not a good look. The people start looting, robbery, and this is the season when that starts happening. That's why I refuse to go out there and shop and have my bags, and then God forbid I get mugged. I'm not doing that. So Black Friday, you all can have that. I will be sleeping, preparing to go to work, because I'm off Thanksgiving. Friday, I have to be at FedEx. So those that want to shop, hey, I highly doubt the lines will be long this year, because again, the economy is not the greatest. But I'm not ordering offline. I'm just not doing it. Again, I would advise people to start learning to be frugal. You're just going to have to go without certain things. If we're worried about groceries, we may not need to be spending money at McDonald's or Amazon. You might not need that new Jordans. You don't need another a TV. If you have two in your home, why would you buy two more? I have one. 37-inch. I'm not ashamed. I did have two TVs. One broke and we stuck with one. And the thing is, some of these people that are buying TVs, their children have a tablet. Technically, your phone is a TV. So we're just buying stuff we don't need. So again, mm-mm. So instead of people worrying, oh, I don't know how I'm going to get by. Look at your budget. Look what you're paying for. Because technically, you could have the means to buy groceries for those that work. You just may need to put money aside, and you may need to shop at different places. Shop at other places. You might can't afford BJ's. You might have to cancel a subscription. If you have Prime TV, Netflix, Hulu, Stars, you really need all those subscriptions? Narrow it down to two. Because $8, $16 a month, that adds up. So again, I'm not worried, because again, there's just certain things I don't pay for and I don't spend my money on. But again, you can't pocket watch people. But when I was scrolling this morning and I saw the TikTok videos of people being upset, I didn't even click on that video. I just scrolled. I saw it come up on my feed and I was like, I'm not looking at that, because it would irritate me and I would be forced to comment. And the minute I comment, people are going to tell me, well, you're insensitive and not everybody can save and whatnot. So I was like, mm-mm. But I know people are in an uproar, and as you should. Again, if you have a set income, this video is not for you. But those that work and receive assistance, this video is for you. There are people that work and receive assistance and just choose not to budget. Those are the ones I'm talking about. If you have an iPhone and you're thinking about upgrading to an iPhone Pro, you don't need to. That's $1,000 that you could spend in groceries. Why would you upgrade to another phone? This message is for you. No. And then we're in an uproar. Well, I can't afford groceries. Look, I'm a firm believer. What is the solution to the problem? We have the problem. What is the solution? Complaining is not going to do anything. It's really not. Because I was talking with an associate. She was like, well, when are they going to come to an agreement with the shutdown? I don't know. But if they don't, you need to save. Well, I think it's stupid that we might not get our food stamp. Okay, you can't force them. Well, I mean, you have to budget. Yeah. Feel free to comment, but that's all I have to say. But being in an uproar because you complaining is not going to make the White House, Congress, I should say, move any faster. They don't care. They still get a paycheck, and they're still taking taxes out of ours. So you can complain all you want, but what does it really change? Because people are like, well, they're still getting paid, but they're taking taxes out our check. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. That's America for you. That's what they're going to do. Welcome to America.